and welcome to the ATA Local 41, Lethbridge Public, virtual 2020-2021 induction ceremony. I'm Local President Derek Ressler, and I'd like to start with our land acknowledgement. The Alberta Teachers Association acknowledges Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, and Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis and Inuit, whose footsteps have marked these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today, and those who have gone before us. We recognize the land as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on or are visiting. While we are excited to induct nearly 60 teachers into the Alberta Teachers Association tonight, obviously we would like to be doing it under different circumstances. Indeed, we have such a high number to induct tonight since we were supposed to have this ceremony in person last March and then last October. But of course, COVID-19 has had other plans for us. The irony, of course, is that due to the pandemic, we are inducting such a large number of new teachers into the ATA, most of whom are fresh from university, while teaching and learning is in the midst of one of the biggest revolutions of all time. While it can be always said that some of what was learned in pre-teacher education theory could be turned on its head the first time those students showed up in a class of your very own in your very first September, that has been the truth for every teacher this past year. Last March, when students were sent home for the first time, it changed everything in education, and much of what we knew or thought we knew was suddenly gone. But teachers are, of course, a resilient bunch, and we soon had to re-educate ourselves and come up with a whole new plan on the fly. In many ways, education was reinvented and reimagined in front of our eyes, and it's a testament to our profession that teachers across Alberta and around the world have been able to meet that challenge head on. For those of you who are new to the profession, I'm sure that when you started your path to become a teacher, you expected X, but of course now you got Y. Yet you have been able to put your head down, plow through, and do whatever necessary to make this situation work for the students that are in your care. That quality to take whatever you're given, make it work, and get the job done is typical in our profession. And while it may have been exaggerated this year, it is something that will serve you well for the rest of your career. So on behalf of the teachers of Lethbridge Public, let me congratulate you on your induction into the Alberta Teachers Association, and welcome to the teaching profession. While our inductees are the stars of the ceremony, I would like to acknowledge a number of people who have made this ceremony possible. First, I'd like to introduce the members of the ATA Local 41 Executive Committee. Our Vice President, Christine Perot, Secretary Lisa Jensen, Treasurer Brad Henke, our Professional Development Committee Chair, Emily Welch, Local Communications Officer, Cody Garner, Local Political Engagement Officer, Craig Finley, our Diversity, Equity, and Human Rights Committee, or our DARE Committee, co-chairs, Sally Leung and Jamie McCormick, our Substitute Teacher Committee Chair, Colby Kunsley, and our Social Committee co-chairs, Jacqueline Dudas and JJ Andres, whose committee has planned this event and made it possible in these very unusual circumstances. I'd also like to thank our Provincial ATA President, Jason Schilling, and our Southwest District Representative, Catherine Pritchard, for joining us last week for our online pledge, and further Jason tonight for his words later on. I'd also like to thank the rest of the members of our Social Committee who made this night possible. Genevieve Ahart, Jonathan Dick, Sydney Milligan, Caitlin Mitchell, and Krista Ullman. Thank you also to all of the administrators who are here to read the inductee bios, and all of our administrators for all their hard work and support, not just tonight, but throughout this year to help us get through these unprecedented times. A special thank you also goes out to Brad Grieve, who has done all of our video editing for this virtual induction ceremony. I'd also like to give a big thank you to Nicole Cowell, our executive assistant at the local ATA office, for working with the Social Committee, organizing emails, collecting bios, and the numerous other things she does that I have no idea about, but that makes this ceremony possible. And finally, a thank you and once again a big congratulations to all our inductees for the amazing job they have done this year. I'd like to wish all of them well in their careers and in their efforts to return to normal, whatever that new normal in education would look like. Congratulations.
So tonight, we have two real purposes tonight. The first is a celebration. We're celebrating you as new teachers, new to the profession, new to the ATA, and we're happy to have each and every one of you. I think in total, so this would have been from 18 months ago was our last induction ceremony. So it'd be October 2019. So since that time, we have 60, or I think 58 was the last count. 58 new teachers to our district. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're brand new teachers. Some are from other district or other jurisdictions, Saskatchewan or BC or some other place like that. But it's basically 58 people who have not been inducted into the ATA before. And that's really kind of impressive given some of the things that we've seen in education over the last few years. So congratulations to all of you on that. The second thing we're here to do tonight is to formally induct all of you into, formally bring our newest members into the Alberta Teachers Association and to welcome them into the teaching profession. So our profession itself is both honorable and worthy of respect in its traditions and ideals, so this duty is not taken lightly. I got just a few notes here. So this is an important occasion in the lives of all new members to the profession. It's a solemn occasion, one which underscores the responsibility you are undertaking as you accept membership within the profession. An important function of the ATA is to maintain the high regard the Alberta public has for teachers, and you will be asked to do so, to do this throughout your career. This is done by upholding standards relating to teacher education, practice, and conduct, including upholding the Code of Professional Conduct. Professionals themselves are characterized by the extensive knowledge they possess. Knowledge that is both abstract and practical, takes a significant time to acquire, and is difficult to master. Professionals are able to make effective, informed decisions regarding their practice. All of this undoubtedly holds true for teachers, and I ask that you would strive to uphold these standards and continually further your knowledge as an educational professional. I'd just like to see if our president, Jason Schilling, has any words as you are about to take your oath and membership into the Alberta Teachers Association.
Good. Thanks, Derek, and good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to Catherine Pritchard. And it's great to see everybody here. Like, welcome everybody to, I call it part A of your induction ceremony. It's a little bit, I guess, like a standardized test, part A and part B. And so this is the written portion of your induction ceremony. We'll make sure that we grade you appropriately later on down the road. We're not going to do that. But I'm just really happy to be here with you today. Just a little bit of background for you. I'm actually from Lethbridge, taught out at Kate Andrews High School, and I taught Jessica for a little bit, I think. And then I just noticed that Brooke was here too, Brooke Vinnie, who did some student teaching at Kate Andrews there for a while. So it's good to see you again, Brooke. So taught down south. I always tell people I'm from Lethbridge, and I worked with Catherine for a while and things like that. So in a way, it feels like I'm kind of home, but I'm not really home. And so it's always great. I'm always grateful to spend time with teachers from the Southwest, because it's a little bit like homecoming for me. And so there will be next week sort of a recording of my formal speech, so I'm not going to really visit that. But throughout that entire speech, I talk about the key elements of relationships and just how important they are. And you know this because you've been teaching for several months now during a pandemic, and you need to be celebrated for that. I mean, talk about a year to start your teaching career in the middle of a pandemic is an extraordinary task. I've always been proud to be a teacher. I think teaching is a joy. I miss it every day. But even more proud of teachers right now for the work that they've been doing and teaching and trying to reach kids as best as they can. And I know that some of you have had to pivot to an online situation this week, and you did it for a while last spring if you're there. This is hard to connect with kids And you've been doing an extraordinary job. And so I applaud you for that. I think one of the other things too that I've learned through this last year myself as a teacher is that really 3 other words came to mind, and that's empathy, grace, and patience. And we have had to have a lot of that with our students and with our colleagues and with our families. And so I appreciate the fact that you have been able to keep going during this time. And congratulations on being the newest members of the Alberta Teachers Association. I think it's a pretty great organization. It's world renowned for the work that we do in terms of our advocacy and our research. And you're part of that. And so I really encourage you to find what the association can do for you, but in turn, flip that around and find out what you can also do for the association, because you have an active role in it. And I encourage you to make sure that you stay connected in all means possible through the website, the news, the social media parts that we have out there. I've yet to get my TikTok account going properly, but at some point that might be my TPGP. I can see Rachel doing this. Yeah, I think it would be an unmitigated disaster, but I'm willing to go there for the members. I'm willing to do that for you. So I will learn some dances to Blinding Lights, and then we will just keep going with that. So with that, on behalf of my colleagues on Provincial Executive Council, congratulations on the induction into the association. We're proud to have you.
All right, thanks, Jason. Catherine, I didn't ask you to speak, so I don't know if you wanted to speak, but did you want to speak? It's okay if you don't.
Sure, I would echo Jason. Congratulations. You know, being inducted in the year of the plague, it's going to be memorable. Your induction will not be the same as anybody else's, and you'll have a story to tell at every induction going forward. But I know right now you're in survival mode. You probably don't have too many questions about the ATA, but in a couple of years, when you do, come see us. We would love to have you involved. But right now, just focus on getting through this year and staying healthy and staying sane.
Here we go. Perfect. You will now be asked to pledge acceptance of membership in the Alberta Teachers Association. This pledge recognizes the honor, dignity, and ethical standards of the teaching profession of Alberta and your responsibility toward participation in its government. If you accept this pledge, I ask that at the appropriate places, you respond with, I will. Will you strive to achieve and maintain the highest degree of professional competence?
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
That was okay. Thank you. Will you make this, will you always uphold the honor, dignity, and ethical standards of your professional organization in order to further the welfare of the students entrusted to your care?
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Will you make this commitment in the knowledge that the professional organization which you are now joining can achieve its objectives only to the extent that you participate in its affairs and government through the democratic processes open to you as an active member?
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will. On behalf of the Alberta Teachers Association, it is indeed a pleasure for the teachers of this Local 41 Lethbridge Public, to be able to welcome you to membership in our teaching profession. Congratulations. And I'm going to clap. So there we go.
Hello there. I'm Jason Schilling, President of the Alberta Teachers Association. On behalf of my fellow colleagues on Provincial Executive Council, I would like to extend my warmest regards on your induction into the Alberta Teachers Association. This has been a year like no other, and one that will not soon be forgotten. What a year to start your career. The last several months have tested everyone, particularly teachers, and the way we do our work. Teaching, as you know, is rooted in relationships like the ones you create with your colleagues on staff, the ones you create with your students and their parents, and the one you create with the community in which your school is situated. Teachers and principals play a critical role in society. And this year, more than ever, we know how important it is for teachers and school administrators to work together to create safe learning spaces for all students. As inductees, You are now part of an association that is world-renowned and revered for its advocacy and research regarding public education in Alberta. You represent the future of the ATA. I encourage you to take time to investigate how the ATA works for you and how, in turn, you can give back to your association. Maybe not now. Take some time to find your footing. The ATA is only as strong as those who are involved in it. You learn a lot from teaching. It's not always easy, but it's a career that is ridiculously rewarding. And never forget that passion that drove you to become a teacher. It's easy to become cynical about things. You'll wonder if you're making a difference, if the work you're doing even matters. I'm here to tell you, it does. The work you do in your classrooms, your schools, and your communities matters deeply. Once again, congratulations on your induction to the Alberta Teachers Association. May you enjoy a long and fulfilling career. Thank you.
For our inductees from the Education Center, I will introduce Mckay Guestwith.
Hi there. First of all, it's a tremendous honor to have the opportunity to introduce Jenna Johnson. She has recently joined us working as the middle school Indigenous education teacher. Thank you for the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Jenna. She started with our school board at the beginning of February as the Indigenous education teacher, as I mentioned. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and a Bachelor of Arts degree. She majored in Native Education and minored in English. She's currently pursuing her master's degree at the University of Alberta, specializing in special education. That's what I did. She has taught at Sepoyi Community School in Standoff and Nakota Elementary School in Morley, teaching grade 5, 1, and kindergarten. She's passionate about creating and sharing new resources to help teachers include Indigenous content into their classrooms. When she's not working hard, which isn't very often, Jenna loves to spend time outside with her family, including her 2 dogs, Charlie and Elliot. Welcome to our team, Jenna. Secondly, I'd like to introduce Shannon Big Bull. Shawnee, as well, our middle school Indigenous education teacher at the Ed Center, and she's on mat leave right now with a new baby girl. Shawnee initially came into the Lethbridge School Division in 2014 working as an FNMI liaison, primarily at Senator Buchanan, Lakeview, and Galbraith. At this point, she completed her degree from Simon Fraser University with a major in English and a minor in First Nations Studies. We were sad to lose her, but then very fortunate to regain her just recently into our Indigenous education team as a teacher as she completed her University of Lethbridge education degree. She's married to Will Big Bull, and they have 2 sons, McKinley in 2012 and Sturgis in 2017. I wonder why Sturgis is a name, just makes me wonder. After maternity leave with Sturgis, Shawnee did a short-term stay as the liaison at Wilson Middle School, and then the opportunity to finally accomplish, like we mentioned, the teacher goal that seemed to present itself. Actually, I was just saying, go get your teaching and go get your ed degree. Having both parents as teachers and then spending 4 years working in the schools, observing other teachers and getting to do mini lessons with students only fueled the desire to become a teacher herself. But as any working mom can attest, going back to school with 2 little ones is not easy, and she's managed to do that. Through all of this, Shawnee has had the opportunity to learn from some pretty fantastic people But the students that she has worked with, especially those from her time working as a liaison, continue to be the greatest motivator, which is probably why she's enjoyed her latest role as a teacher of Indigenous education so much. This position's opened up the doors wide within the Lethbridge School Division to have not just Indigenous education for Indigenous students, but Indigenous education for all. It truly is a passion work for Shawnee. One more note on the topic of passion and work. Shawnee is currently on mat leave, as I mentioned, with her new baby girl, Vienna Rose Big Bull, and she's really cute. She was born on February 9th, which was also Shawnee's birthday. And it truly is a dream come true for Shawnee to have a daughter. She plans to take the year, I was hoping she'd come back sooner, embracing this tremendous blessing, letting it shape and mold her into another version of herself, and then return to work with even more to impart as a proud and honored educator. The Ed Center is so supremely lucky to have both Jenna and Shawnee working in this capacity over the last year, and we look forward to further work in this department. Thank you.
From Chinook High School, I'm going to introduce Dr. Kevin Wood. Dr. Kevin Wood.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Derek. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of our whole staff at Chinook High School, it is really my honor to introduce Jessica to you this afternoon, and then to also welcome you, Jessica, to our association. And I think one of the best parts of your life ahead of you is being a teacher. So, Jessica graduated in December 2019 from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Science, majoring in mathematics and minoring in music. She was honored to receive the Governor General's Silver Medal and the Faculty of Education Gold Medal for a high GPA. Jessica loves to be involved in the school, and she loves to help students, and she loves to dig into the tough stuff, especially in a very complex year, to ensure that our students have their very best opportunity in her math classes. If this was a different year, you would find Jessica involved in co-curricular, whether that's, I'm gonna say playing hockey with the students, coaching something, or taking money for tickets, seating parents. She would be involved with everything. She loves to watch her students find success both inside and outside of the classroom. Jessica is passionate about getting her students to hate math a little less. She does more than that. She certainly gets her students to engage in math in a way where they see that meaning. And we are so grateful for her enthusiasm at our school. Welcome to one of the most rewarding professions that exists, Jessica. We're lucky to have you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
From LCI, I'd like to introduce Principal Wayne Pallett.
First off, thanks to the ATA for organizing this event for us, and especially during these trying times. I have 3 of our 4 people with us here today, some pretty awesome people who are kid magnets in our building. So first off is going to be Rachel Richards. So Rachel is happy to finally have the career of teaching after 20 years of dreaming of doing so. She originally went to university to major in education, but was persuaded by her parents to change her major. In 2006, she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations from Central Washington University. There, she ran track and field, and she ran in the 100, 200, and 4x100 sprints. After a 10-year career in communications and marketing, Rachel turned 30 and decided it was time to do what she wanted to do in life. She returned to school, earned her Bachelor of Education degree at the University of Lethbridge in 2018, eager to begin teaching. Her plans were temporarily thwarted by not 1, but 2 pregnancies in 2 years. She managed to survive those 2 babies and is now teaching physical education, Health 9, COM at Lethbridge Collegiate Institute. She couldn't be happier spending her days teaching kids the most important part of their lives, daily exercise and taking care of their bodies. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
Next, Erin Roberts. After her internship in 2019, we were happy to welcome Erin back to LCI last September as our newly appointed choral music director. Erin's passion for music and her love for students of LCI is evident, and their affection for her is apparent in the nickname that they have given her, Mama Erin. Erin has quite a unique background. After graduating from LCI, she went on to pursue a career in music that took her around the world. She has performed professionally in Canada, the United States, Europe, where she worked as a full-time opera singer. During her years performing, she also was working on a Doctorate of Music degree, which she completed in 2010. After teaching at various universities, Erin realized that her true passion was working with high school kids. She completed her education degree at the University of Lethbridge with the desire to teach choral music at LCI. Erin also teaches 2 grade 9 language arts classes and has enjoyed the opportunity to work with our amazing English department. She also has 3 young sons that keep her hopping. Cooper, age 12, Mckay, age 10, and Reed, age 6. Welcome to the profession, Erin. All right, Jessie Sawyer. Who wrote this? Just kidding. It is my pleasure to tell you more about Jessie Sawyer and one of our new additions at LCI. Jessie graduated from South Dakota State University, where he excelled at Division I as a Division I athlete in baseball. After completing his education, Jessie returned home to the province of Alberta. He joined the Lethbridge School Division as a substitute teacher while following his passion for coaching college baseball. After years of late evenings and weekend travel, Jessie and his wife decided it was time for a change. Last fall, Jessie accepted a position with our off-campus education team at LCI in the school district, where he helps students connect their interest at valuable work experiences. It was a great learning opportunity for Jessie. He gained an understanding of LCI's culture while working with staff and students. When the PE math position was posted for the fall, Jessie knew it would be a great fit. After his interview, we thought the same thing. Sorry.
Hey, I went off
Sorry, it has been a seamless transition for Jessie. He has worked hard to build genuine relationships with everyone that he comes in contact with. Whether as a staff member, parent, student, Jessie is always willing to stop and listen. Day after day, he brings an undeniable energy and enthusiasm to the classroom, and students have responded very well to his teaching style. It has certainly been different from a year without extracurricular activities, but we're excited for Jessie to pursue these opportunities when it is safe to do so. Jessie has been a great addition to the LCI team, and we are lucky to have him. I'm excited to see him grow as a professional. And those are all genuine statements.
Where do I go now?
LCI's 4th inductee is John Ty. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about John Ty. Graduating from the University of Lethbridge while completing a Bachelor of Education and a Bachelor of Science degree, you know John Ty is always ready to try new things. John Ty is a valuable member of our school community, and as it seems to be all over the building, he seems to be all over the building at once. You will see John Ty smiling, talking, and also talking about tacos with students and staff. John Ty is happy to be in an excellent team environment and can't wait for what the future holds for him.
Good job, thanks, man. From Winston Churchill High School, I'd like to introduce Tracy Wong.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm happy to announce our awesome inductees tonight from Winston Churchill. And the first is Nicole Benoit. Nicole, we're gonna have Nicole come up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole started her journey at Winston Churchill this past January, teaching grade 9 and 10 math. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge in December with her Bachelor of Education and her Bachelor of Science with a major in mathematics. Nicole is passionate about creating an inclusive and welcoming classroom and aims to make math accessible to all of her students, regardless of ability. Nicole has spent many years working many actually, yeah, as a behavior coach for kids with exceptional needs, and believes that the skills and qualities she has developed throughout that journey have been imperative in shaping the educator she has become. Nicole cares about the well-being and success, both academic and personal, of all her students. While at university, Nicole was the president of the Student Union Mental Health Club and strives to bring awareness to the topic, making overall wellness a priority in her classroom. Starting her teaching career during a pandemic has definitely been a unique experience. Even your first week, you were online totally, I think, yeah, okay. But Nicole continues to persevere and challenge herself and prides herself on learning something new every single day that will continue to help improve on her ability to educate. To maintain work-life balance, Nicole enjoys exploring the coulisses and playing board games. She is so grateful to have the opportunity to be a part of the Churchill family and will do great things as an educator. Welcome to an amazing profession, Nicole. And just as a side note, her students today, when we were in her classroom, we said, what would you say about Nicole? She's real cool, she's really nice, she cares about her students. So that was very lovely. Welcome, Nicole. We're not allowed to hug. Yeah, hug. Yeah.
Go away.
No hugging. Sarah Cowley. Sarah Cowley began her journey at Churchill last year as a substitute teacher and filling in a temporary position. She loved it so much that she wanted to return this year to fulfill the position of a full-time online teacher with the Churchill fam. Graduating from the Lethbridge College with a diploma in exercise science in 2014, the University of Lethbridge with a Bachelor of Public Health in 2018, and a Bachelor of Education in 2019. Sarah has always been passionate about pursuing knowledge and education. Since 2014, Sarah has been working with youth in a community setting, whether that be after-school programs, drop-in youth programs, or summer camps. Her favorite experience working with youth was at a summer camp in Kananaskis, where she was given the opportunity to participate in a sweat lodge ceremony and learn Indigenous teachings from a local elder. She is passionate about building relationships and a sense of community amongst her colleagues and students, which is hard to do when you teach fully online, yep. But you do an amazing job.
It's hard.
It's hard, but you do it, and is always trying to come up with creative ways of doing this in an online setting. She's also passionate about exercise. I'm pretty sure she could bench press all of us in this room.
I don't know.
Yes, or at least squat. In learning, you will teach. In teaching, you will learn. Welcome to the profession, Sarah. Congratulations. Miles Havinga. Miles Havinga is currently our grade 9 knowledge and employability and online social studies teacher at Winston Churchill. Although the last name Havinga is well known around Nobleford, Miles grew up and graduated from a high school called Nanty Shores in Innisfil, Ontario. In 2008, Miles moved to Medicine Hat, where he completed a visual communications diploma at the college. Afterwards, Miles moved to Lethbridge in 2011 to pursue a degree in fine arts at the University of Lethbridge. In 2014, Miles and his wife Nicole moved to England in search of experiencing new cultures around Europe. Watching Nicole, his wife, work tirelessly and with a few tears through her first year of being a teacher in a new country, Miles just knew that this was the profession for him. That's an interesting way to say that. Miles is influenced by the unique world of art and mixing creativity with alternative learning opportunities, which you see every day in your classroom, the cool projects that kids work on. He loves to see his classroom full of laughter and excitement, especially when students share their own passions. Miles is looking forward to a fulfilling career in education and is excited for the opportunity to become part of the Alberta Teachers Association. Miles looked forward to beginning a career that didn't involve excessive screen time, only to find himself staring at a virtual classroom full of students, since he is teaching social studies online, and wondering which pair of blue light glasses were right for him. Any pair would be good for you, Miles. Miles is an amazing artist. I actually own a piece of Miles's art it's in my home. It's up in my home. Thank you, Miles. You're awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. Thanks. Saneet. Okay, thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Saneet. I know, but I'm going to tell the story. Core Carey. And I said to Saneet a little while ago, how do I pronounce your last name? And she said, it's like hardcore, just core. And I was like, hardcore describes Saneet so well. Saneet is a first-generation Indo-Canadian woman who can speak 4 languages: English, Urdu, Hindi, Punjabi.
Yeah.
She graduated from the University of Lethbridge with degrees in biological sciences, philosophy, and education. Throughout university, she was an executive member of the EUS as VP Finance. She also participated in various forms of research while at the university, including synthetic biology, studying proteins, I just put my glasses on, in a biochemistry lab, and studying the effects of art therapy as management tool for schizophrenia. Super interesting. As a lifelong learner, Sunit pursues personal growth and professional development whenever possible. As someone who appreciates her roots, Sunit strives for inclusivity and amplifying diverse voices wherever possible. Sunit finds work-life balance by going hiking, kayaking, and watching The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. We are so happy to have Sunit with us at our school. This has been an interesting first year of teaching for Sunit, truly a year of perseverance and professional growth. Sunit has asked me to end this introduction with one of her favorite quotes by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. As women achieve power, the barriers will fall. As society sees what women can do, as women see what women can do, there will be more women out there doing things, and we'll all be better off for it. Welcome to an incredible profession, Sunit. The best is yet to come. True. And Sunit's parents, I'm sure she's gonna love me telling this, Sunit's parents, are they watching? Have a tapestry of Sunit's face in her living room because they're proud of your accomplishments. So I think it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Pretty cool. Congratulations, Sunit. Elena Ram. Churchill grad, Elena Ram. Elena Ram is currently teaching social studies and English at Winston Churchill High School. Elena became interested in teaching while she was a student at Winston Churchill High School. Inspired by her experiences at school alongside encouragement from teachers, Elena first worked overseas in China as an English teacher before pursuing a teaching career, formerly through the University of Lethbridge. As she pursued her degrees, Elena engages with the learning community in Lethbridge through various programs at the university and the YWCA. Elena has continuously been a passionate advocate for both creating and participating in local, national, and global communities through the Model United Nations conferences. Elena obtained 2 degrees from the University of Lethbridge, a Bachelor of Arts in 2019 and a Bachelor of Education in 2021. She continues to explore her intellectual interest as an alumni of the university and at the Elm Institute, studying questions on technology and ethics, work and leisure, and their connection to the field of education. Elena said she might need to find less academic hobbies, but I think it's pretty cool. Elena is delighted to be joining the Alberta Teachers Association and continue learning and working alongside amazing colleagues in our communities. Elena did her PS3 at Churchill and started off teaching some in person and also online as an intern teacher, which she excelled at. So congratulations. Okay. Air hug. Congratulations to all our Churchill inductees. We're very proud of you. Oh, and can I read Alexa Koshman's? Yeah. Is she on here? I'm gonna read Alexa Koshman's. If I have it. I do. Okay. Alexa was raised here in Lethbridge and graduated from Chinook High School in 2014. After high school, she went on to pursue her education at College of the Rockies, where she would also play 4 years of collegiate volleyball. Alexa was probably one of the best volleyball players I ever had the privilege of coaching, I will say. Alexa graduated from the University of Victoria in 2018 with her elementary Bachelor of Education. With her heart set on teaching kindergarten, her plans quickly changed when she had an opportunity to teach abroad. She spent the next 2 years teaching high school English language arts at an international school in Wuhan, China. As a teacher, it is clear that Alexa values relationships, community, and hard work. Her classroom is a place where students feel safe and loved. Alexa has a loud and vibrant personality, which she does not try to hide from her students. You will often find Alexa singing and dancing personal theme songs, she usually claps too, for her students as she welcomes them back into the class. They love it. Another one of Alexa's passions is coaching, and in particular, coaching volleyball. She's the new program coordinator for women's volleyball and will do a fantastic job at leading a group of students to become better athletes and better individuals. Welcome to the profession, Alexa. We're happy to have you. Congratulations. Thank you.
From Gilbert Patterson Middle School, I'd like to introduce Daryl Christensen.
All right, thanks, Derek. Just first of all, I'd really like to quickly thank the ATA for finding a creative and meaningful way to recognize this important date for our new teachers. And again, we're very fortunate to have these three outstanding teachers join our staff and taking care of our students this year. First off, I'd like to introduce Brooke Vinnie. Let me tell you about Brooke. She was born and raised in Lethbridge and always wanted to be a teacher. She attended the University of Lethbridge and graduated with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Management degree. Her major was CTS with a business focus. She also has an undeclared math minor and a technology specialization. She has taught everything from K-12, including drama, chemistry, band, math, foods, woodshop, comm, computers. She loves being a substitute teacher and more recently has covered a few leaves at our school. Last year teaching grades 6 to 8 foods and grade 8 language arts, and this year teaching grade 6 math and science. Brooke is always one to go all out on school spirit days and can often be found in a Star Wars onesie on BJ Day. In her spare time, she enjoys watching movies, going to concerts, meeting famous people, and spending time with family and friends. We're so grateful to see Brooke around our building more often, and we hope to see more of her. Welcome to an incredible profession, Brooke, and best of luck in your future career. I'd like to introduce Kathleen Jansen. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you just a little bit more about Kathleen Jansen. Growing up in Prairie, Saskatchewan, Kathleen learned to greet every day with an opportunistic point of view. She was always busy with friends, sports, music, and helping to take care of the family farm. Upon finishing high school, Kathleen completed her undergrad degree in Winnipeg at the Canadian Mennonite University with a major in history and a minor in psychology. Following her undergrad, she completed her education degree through the University of Manitoba. Kathleen loves teaching. She appreciates each day she gets to be in the classroom with her students. Lately, she's really missing being able to connect with her students in a variety of ways through sports. All her life, Kathleen has played basketball, soccer, and volleyball. Throughout university, basketball and soccer were her main sports, and they continue to be part of her life today. Hopefully, sports can once again become part of school life, and she can bring that passion to her students both in the classroom and on the court or the field. So far, being a teacher in Lethbridge, Alberta has been a positive experience, and Kathleen is eager to see what the future brings. Welcome to an incredible profession, Kathleen. We're very lucky to have you. All right, last but not least, I'd like to introduce Pablo Latilo. So thanks for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Pablo, or as we call her, Fizz. Pablo graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and a Bachelor of Arts in French. Throughout university, Pablo participated in extracurricular activities. Pablo was a pronghorn athlete, student mentor, and donated her time to the EUS. Pablo spent her first year teaching in Calgary. She taught grades 8 and 9 French language arts and études sociales. Pablo is happy to be back in Lethbridge teaching at Gilbert Patterson, where she completed her PS3 round with us. Pablo loves teaching French immersion. She hopes to foster a love for both French language and culture for her students, like her teachers did for her. You can find Pablo collaborating with the grade 6 team and trying to help where she can. Outside of school, Pablo loves reading, spending time with family and friends, and staying active. We're happy that Pablo has returned to Gilbert Patterson and can't wait to see what the future holds in store. Congratulations, Pablo. From GS Lakey Middle School, I'd like to introduce Brad Dursch.
Big round of applause. Hello, and thank you for providing this opportunity to introduce Russ Milder. I'm pleased to speak on his behalf today. And thank you for the opportunity to tell, this is on behalf of Russ, as I said, he wrote this. Thank you for the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Russ. Graduating from the University of Lethbridge with first a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and French, and later returned to the U of L for an after degree in education. Throughout his adult life, Russ has traveled throughout Europe and South America, working on his Spanish and Portuguese. Russ is known in the school community as having an urban farmer sense of style and having an affinity for jean jackets, which he's displaying today. He jokes that denim is his favorite color. Russ recently started a virtual languages and cultural club at the school where he shares his passion for all things Spanish, Portuguese, and French. We're so grateful to have him here at our school, and welcome to an incredible and honorable profession, Russ. We are very lucky to have you, and Russ has done a great job at this point. Congratulations, Russ.
Thank you.
From Wilson Middle School, I'd like to introduce Kurt Zelke.
Good evening, everyone. I have the great honor of introducing the 7 wonderful inductees we have from Wilson Middle School this year. Firstly, we have Andrea Arsenault. Andre graduated last year with distinction from the University of Alberta, earning his B.Ed in elementary education. Before becoming a teacher, Andre had a very successful career, both playing volleyball at the collegiate level and coaching youth within the province. When he's not in the classroom, you can find him on the court coaching with the Lethbridge College men's volleyball team or helping out with the local youth teams at Lethbridge Volleyball Club. Andre has also been recognized as a hero by Outsports and SB Nation for paving the way for LGBTQ community in sport. Andre was the youngest keynote speaker selected to present at the 2020 Vancouver Island Leadership Conference, for he embodies their theme of the year, Brilliant Minds, Resilient Leaders. In addition to teaching, coaching, and public speaking, Andre is also a registered yoga teacher certified through the internationally recognized Yoga Alliance and has been instructing at the Sattva School of Yoga for over 5 years. This all goes to show how passionate Andre is in helping others succeed, reach their true potential, and be the best version of themselves. Congratulations, Andre. Next up, we have Danielle Behringer. Thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit about Danielle. Danielle started with our school in January of this year, teaching grade 6 social studies, English language arts, and options. Previously graduating from the University of Lethbridge with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Psychology, she has recently graduated from the University of Alberta's Elementary Education program. Throughout university, Danielle had volunteered her time in the community of Lethbridge, frequently helping people at the YWCA as well as within the university. With her love of music, Danielle has shared her talents playing the accompaniment piano with her school's choir. She can also be heard frequently playing her ukulele with her students. When not in the classroom, Danielle enjoys spending time in the mountains, both hiking and skiing. We are grateful to have Danielle at our school and welcome her to this amazing profession. Congratulations. Next up, we have Tyler Demartini. Thank you for this chance to talk about Tyler. Tyler started at Wilson Middle School in September of this school year. He graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined degree in education and history. Tyler has been a great addition to our school, specifically our grade 6 team. Tyler is never one to shy away from a challenge. He's done everything from piloting a hybrid teaching style of both online and in-person students to teaching courses outside of his comfort zone, such as foods. Although he cannot be involved in extracurricular activities this year, Tyler still spends extra time getting to know each one of his students and developing strong relationships. Tyler likes to spend his spare time exercising, watching hockey, playing music, and spending time with his fiance and pets. He is a deeply loyal Vancouver Canucks fan, so he understands the meaning of losing and saying there's always next year or the next. We are grateful to have Tyler with us at Wilson Middle School. We are lucky to have such a kind and enthusiastic person on our staff. Welcome, and we hope you stick around a while. Congratulations. Next up is Joel Hyland. Joel Hyland is a welcome addition to the grade 7 team at Wilson Middle School. He grew up in Kingston, Ontario, but made the journey west with his family after graduating high school. After time spent working in landscaping, Joel went to ACAD, Alberta College of Art and Design, and completed a Bachelor of Design. This explains the incredible work he is creating in grade 7 right now. In his free time, Joel enjoys sports, art, hiking, woodworking, landscaping, and spending time with family and friends. Joel missed the humanity, lifestyle, and connection that teaching allows, and so in 2019, with his wife Caitlin, moved to Lethbridge, and Joel completed his after degree in education. 2020 was a year of many things, but for Joel, 2 big milestones were welcoming his daughter Ellie into the world and signing his first teaching contract. Wilson is lucky to have Joel, and that feeling is shared amongst the students he is teaching. Joel, they tell us that you're always making them laugh, and your outgoing personality inspires them to be outgoing too. They appreciate that you are always making fun assignments and that you try to relate what they're learning to everyday life. Your positivity, energy, and enthusiasm for teaching are all seen and appreciated. Your colleagues on the grade 7 team are thankful for the seamless transition you have made becoming a member of the team and how willing you are to collaborate and create alongside them. Congratulations on your induction into the ATA. Next up, we have Lance Mckay. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about Lance Mckay. Lance got his degree from the University of Lethbridge, but before that, he cooked professionally for 20 years and was a head chef for 5 of those. Lance first came to us at Wilson during his PS3, where his hard work and willingness to help wherever he could did not go unnoticed. He could be found all over the school, the art room, the shop, and in the foods room, where he was either teaching a foods lesson or making food for the staff or for events such as a Wolverine Classic. We are excited to be working with you, Lance, and I'm very fortunate to officially welcome you into the ATA. Congratulations. Next up, we have Katie Owens. Thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit about Katie. Katie started her education journey due to her love for the world. Graduating from the University of Calgary with a Bachelor of Arts in Geography, she chose to continue learning about the Earth at the University of Lethbridge. Katie decided it was time to earn a Bachelor of Education in Science to share her passion with others. Throughout university, Katie balanced her studies while being an active member of both track and field teams. She was able to compete at a national level alongside her teammates as a pole vaulter and sprinter to her favorite events. Katie is a team player and brings this energy to the classroom. You'll always find Katie with a smile on her face, taking care of others and learning new ways to improve student understanding. Katie has developed a great rapport with the staff and students at Wilson, and she can't wait to continue her career with the Lethbridge School Division. I'd like to welcome her to such a rewarding profession. Congratulations. Next up, we have Travispreet. Travispreet was born and raised in Cardston, Alberta. He is married to his wife, Sarah, who he met at the U of L, and they have 2 children, Adeline and Aiden. Travis is passionate about sports, reading, woodworking, and spending time with family. Initially, he thought he would pursue a career in law and completed his undergraduate degree in political science and psychology. And not that lawyers don't add to people's lives, but at some point, Travis decided that a career in education would vastly increase his ability to help people. Travis, you have chosen well. When your students were asked what they most appreciated about you, response after response talked about how you always care for everyone, how you are helpful, understanding, and kind. They wrote of the patience you show your class, your calm demeanor, and how you always check in to make sure they're okay. Your students describe you as thoughtful, hardworking, and a teacher who is always trying your best to make things as fun as possible, and that you have done an exquisite job of teaching Japan and the Renaissance. Several described you as the coolest teacher ever, which I would say is high praise from grade 8 students. Your colleagues know you as a kind, humble educator who is reflective and is always willing to listen. You are easygoing, enthusiastic, and the grade 8 teachers love working with you. Congratulations on your induction to the ATA, Travis, as well as the other 6 inductees tonight.
From Colbanks Elementary, I'd like to introduce Aaron Beekman.
Hello, it's great to be here, even in an unusual setting. Coalbanks is so lucky we have 4 teachers to induct tonight. 4 wonderful teachers who have all had to think on their feet during this pandemic, and we're very proud of you. Our first one is Riley Cook. So her bio says, thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Riley. After graduating from Mount Royal University in Calgary with a bachelor degree of elementary education and a double minor in general science for elementary education and English, Riley did take on a big change. She moved down to Lethbridge in the middle of a pandemic. Riley is a valuable member of her grade 2-3 team and enjoys collaborating with others to create hands-on activities for her students. Recently, Riley collaboratively worked on creating an amazing quest of learning, which taught students about Peru using a spin-off off the show, The Amazing Race. You'll always see Riley at our school early in the morning or late in the evening. She really enjoys what she does and has a clear passion within her. We are so grateful to have Riley with us at our school. Welcome to an incredible profession. We're lucky to have you. Our next one. Just go right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Our next one is Kyla Matthews. I'll ask her to come up. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a bit more about Kyla. Kyla Matthews grew up in Medicine Hat and started her education at the Medicine Hat College. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge in 2019 with a combined Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Education degree with a major in Social Sciences, Social Studies, and a specialization in Early Childhood Education. Kyla started her career by teaching Social Studies and Math in grades 5 to 12. Currently, Kyla is teaching grade 4-5 at Coalbanks. Kyla finds work-life balance by spending time outdoors, whether that's in the mountains hiking or backpacking, or biking and running in the coulees. Welcome to the profession, Kyla. Our next inductee is Manuel Martin. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a bit more about Manuel. Initially an environmental scientist, Manuel found his passion for teaching while volunteering at the Calgary Zoo. He graduated from the University of Calgary and spent his first 2 years teaching in North Alberta in their Indigenous communities. He has been able to find his place at Coalbanks Elementary School's Spanish bilingual program, where he gets to teach his native language and share his Colombian heritage. He can often be found singing, dancing, and doing all the silly things that make his students laugh and enjoy school. This approach seems to be working as he's able to make meaningful connections with every single student in his classroom. We are very grateful to have Manuel as a part of our learning community. Welcome to an incredible profession. And our last one is Jessie Reader. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Jessie. Jessie joined our school in September this year as a grade 1 teacher. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Arts degree. Jessie worked at Fleetwood Vaughan School, covering a leave before joining Coalbanks. Jessie is a team player and is always working to collaborate with her team to ensure her students have rich experiences at school. She is passionate about sparking a love for literacy in her students and loves seeing her students take their first big steps into reading and writing. Teaching in a pandemic this last year, Jessie has demonstrated how to constantly adapt to new situations. Jessie finds a work-life balance by spending her weekends in the mountains, either skiing or hiking, or out on the golf course. We're very grateful to have Jessie as a part of our Coalbanks community this year. Welcome to an incredible profession.
From Nicole, Agnes Davidson, I'd like to introduce Tara Leggett.
Hello. I'd like to introduce to you all Marie-Hélène Lyle. So thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Marie-Hélène. See, she is originally from Quebec, but grew up here in southern Alberta. She attended the University of Lethbridge and graduated with a combined Bachelor of Arts and a Science degree in French and Psychology. After having worked for a nonprofit organization in the Francophone community of Lethbridge for a few years, she returned to the U of L to obtain an education degree with a major in French. Her first years of teaching were spent in Calgary working for a private French school. This year, Marie-Hélène has been absolutely enjoying teaching grade 2 in our French immersion program at Agnes Davidson. She has integrated herself well into our school community and loves collaborating with other teachers. She greatly enjoys working with her group of students and finds creative ways to engage them and help them all find success. Although hidden under a mask, she smiles at everyone she encounters. Welcome, Marie-Hélène.
From Dr. Proby Elementary School, Keith Vandermeer.
Hello. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about Kaylee Barclay. Kaylee graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Science degree. She has spent the last couple of years substitute teaching, and in September of this school year, she started a position at our school. We were very lucky to have her. It has always been Kaylee's dream to teach kindergarten, and she is loving teaching the kids online. In Kaylee's spare time, she can be found teaching babysitting, home alone, and first aid courses. She also has a direct sales business that she has built up by teaching people about cleaning without harmful chemicals. And I've also learned she's a bit of a real estate mogul. Teaching has always been in her blood, and we are so thrilled to have her teaching kindergarten at our school this year. Thank you, Kaylee. Congratulations. I'd also like to welcome Megan DeYoung, who started with our school this year, having come from the Calgary Board of Education. She has 4 years experience working as a music specialist and really enjoys working with the students at our school. She has a Bachelor of Arts and Science from the University of Lethbridge, a Bachelor of Education from Ambrose University, and a Master of Education from the University of New Brunswick. Currently, she's working on another Master degree in Music Education at the University of Alberta. This year, she took on the challenge of creating a recorded winter concert for the students and parents at Dr. Proby. The parents were delighted to be able to see their children perform, even though they couldn't attend in person. When not at school, Megan finds joy spending time with her fiance, Ken. They're excited to be celebrating their wedding in this upcoming July. Welcome to our school and our local, Megan. We are excited to have you.
From Nicole and Nicholas Sharon, Deborah Constable.
Hello. I drew the short straw, which means I have the incredible privilege to introduce Simon Lyon. Having recently graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a Bachelor's of Education with a Social Studies major, Simon is a dedicated history buff, even in his old jokes. Simon is a Francophone who you can hear walking around the hallways with his heavy step. As a new addition to our school, Simon has built very strong connections with his grade 3 students. No doubt they see him as one of their own. However, Simon has also connected with staff in a productive way, especially with his grade 3 colleagues. He has brought humor to teaching during a pandemic with his funky Friday glasses, occasional pranks, and playfulness. Welcome to the incredible profession, Simon. We are very lucky to have you.
From Fleetwood Bottom Elementary School, Jackie Fletcher.
All right, first we have Danica Martin. Danica began her teaching career in January of this year at Fleetwood Bottom. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Music degree. Beginning a teaching career during a global pandemic has been a huge learning experience for Danica, but it has taught her to view each new challenge as an opportunity to grow. Although the years ahead may be filled with more normalcy, hopefully, Danica knows this career will always keep her on her toes. She is excited for all the memorable moments to come. And next we have Carly Warner. All right,
Carly began her first year of teaching in January 2021 at Fleetwood Baden. After many years in university, she graduated with a Bachelor of General Humanities as well as a Bachelor of Education. Originally from Edmonton, Alberta, Carly grew up in Calgary and enjoyed the constant view of the Rocky Mountains. The natural world is closely tied to Carly's teaching, as her classroom is slowly becoming a small forest. Using nature-based methods is one of Carly's favorite ways to teach, especially with the pandemic keeping us inside a lot. Mental health and social emotional skill building has always been a priority for Carly's teaching philosophy as well. You will often see Carly practicing mindfulness or talking about the brain with her students. Teaching through a pandemic has shown Carly how important this is to her teaching practice, not only to herself, but to her students as well. Carly is very grateful to begin her teaching career at Fleetwood and is looking forward to many more years of learning and growing with her students.
From Galbraith Elementary, Sandy Shulrock.
Good evening and thank you. I would like to introduce Nolan Jacob. Come on up, Nolan. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about our newest recruit, Nolan. Nolan graduated from the University of Lethbridge in April 2020 with a combined degree of a Bachelor of Education and a Bachelor of Arts and Science. Throughout university, Nolan participated in many dramatic performances and found great success sharing his active classroom ideas that he took from drama class with his students. Nolan came to our school about halfway through the year, jumping right in to an established grade 1 classroom. And he did very well to adapt and make the best of his situation. His greatest asset has been his ability to create and maintain great relationships with all of his students. Recently, Nolan has been teaching patterns, and since his class is learning the ABBA pattern, you can be sure to hear Dancing Queen or Take a Chance on Me every morning, helping to get the idea of this pattern ingrained into his students' minds in a fun way. Nolan has had great success teaching during COVID, often collaborating with his colleagues to ensure that the students are receiving quality education, even though we know plans can change in a moment. We are grateful to have Nolan in our school, and we're grateful for all the work that you do for our staff and students and our parents. Welcome to your career, Nolan, and in my mind, you're truly a superstar. No, a super trooper. Sorry about that. A super trooper.
From General Stewart Elementary School, Chris Harris.
Hello. It is with great pleasure that I get to introduce you to Michaela McNabb. Michaela is a first-year kindergarten teacher and learning support teacher at General Stewart School. Michaela joined our staff just 7 days before the first day of school, and we are extremely grateful that she did. As some of you may know, Michaela is the Lethbridge School Division's Edwin Parr nominee. Her extreme diligence and hardworking nature have not gone unnoticed, as she is very deserving of this nomination. Michaela has brought a tremendous amount of positive energy to our school. You can always count on Michaela to go above and beyond with Spirit Days. She recently arrived at school dressed up as a 100-year-old for the 100th day of school, and of course she sported an Edmonton Oilers jersey for Ugly Sweater Day.
Yeah.
You will see Michaela experimenting with unique ways to incorporate different aspects of culture into her teaching practice. Michaela's classroom is a space where students explore learning through different lenses. There is always something new and exciting happening. Whether it's building Pipe Cleaner City or a class pet inquiry, her classroom is student-centered and encompasses a love for learning. As the learning support teacher, Michaela has expressed how rewarding it is to work closely with a wide range of students across all elementary grade levels. She shows dedication to provide authentic support in various ways, both in the classroom and online. We are incredibly grateful to have welcomed Michaela to our school, and what an honor it is to have Michaela join the teaching profession. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Emily Ann. Emily Ann Taves started with our school as well as with Fleetwood Baden Elementary in September of this year. She graduated from the University of Lethbridge with an after degree in education in April of last year, but not before finishing her Bachelor of Music at the University of Lethbridge and her pre-Masters of Vocal Performance at the University of Manitoba. Emily Ann is a performer through and through. The same energy she possesses for the stage, she brings into the classroom. She is passionate about music and specifically about the impact she has seen music having in the lives of her students. Any opportunity Emily has to share her love of music, she will take. Recently, she shared her love of rock and roll with her older students through her Musician of the Week, in which for Black History Month in February, she showed her students the iconic guitarist Jimi Hendrix. The kids loved learning about the musician that played the guitar upside down and with his teeth. When Emily Ann is not teaching, she loves spending time with her husband, learning how to run, doing yoga, going for hikes or mountain bike riding, and reading. We are so grateful and excited to have Emily Ann with us at our school and hope she can stick around for a while. Welcome to an incredible profession, Emily Ann.
From Lakeview Elementary School, I'd like to introduce Dawn Walmsley.
Hi. Well, let me come up here. Thank you for having us here. We're so excited to be able to be a part of the ATA induction of our wonderful new baby teachers. I'm going to start off talking about Timothy Ober. There she is. Thanks for letting me talk about her. She began her teaching career this September in the pandemic as a grade 2 teacher at Lakeview. Having only known each other for a couple of weeks, Timothy's students chose to designate themselves as Team Chihuahuas based on their shared attributes: silly, feisty, yappy, loving, funny, hyper, smart, and of course, a little spicy. Little did they know how fitting this name was, as these attributes also describe their teacher. Prior to becoming a certified teacher, Timothy was a proud mother and speech language assistant. Today, Timothy is still a proud mother, but she is also a proud grandmother and a baby teacher at Lakeview Elementary School. Having graduated from the U of L with a combined Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education degree, majoring in social studies, Timothy is a valued member of our Lakeview family. She has embraced the chaos and uncertainty that has defined this COVID year, teaching herself and her grade 2 students how to focus on the good in every situation. I was fortunate enough to be a principal at a school where Timothy was a speech language assistant, and we all have the opportunities in education to work with people who are natural teachers, whether they have the degree or not. And I can't tell you how proud I am and how happy I am that I got to work with her at Lakeview. So congratulations, Timothy. Welcome to the profession. Okay, on to the next, are my Charlie's Angels, I think, here. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you about Riley Kegler. Come on over, Riley. Riley graduated from the University of Alberta with a bachelor's degree in elementary education. She is a very valuable member of our Lakeview community and came in at a time when we really needed a teacher. We had someone going out on a leave unexpectedly, and Riley stepped right up. She is passionate about teaching, and this shows in everything she does. She enjoys being outside with her class, messy but fun art lessons, and listening to the many, many jokes and stories her class shares with her. We're so grateful to have Riley with us at our school that we hope she can stick around for a while. Welcome to the teaching world, and welcome to a great staff that you have just made yourself such an important part of in such a very short time. Congratulations. The last of my 3 angels here is Risa Haskins. Risa has an unusual position in these times of COVID. Risa is an online teacher. She teaches grade 2 to online students throughout our school division. Risa graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a bachelor's degree in education, majoring in physical activity and specializing in early childhood education, along with a bachelor's degree in general social sciences. Risa always knew she wanted to be a teacher. However, if you had told Risa that her first job would be during a global pandemic and she would be teaching grade 2 virtually, she wouldn't have believed it. Well, none of us would, right? Risa has taken on this challenge with enthusiasm. Risa constantly works to build strong relationships with students and their families and really makes connecting with her students a priority. Risa is looking forward to continuing to grow as a teacher and seeing what the future holds for her. I can imagine that the future will hold many more experiences where Risa teaches young students, old students, all kinds of students. She has shown she can do it all, and we're very lucky to have her. Congratulations, Risa.
Thank you.
From Lake Mountain Horse Elementary, Carrie Taylor.
Thank you for the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Zoe Bracken. Zoe graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a Bachelor of Dramatic Arts in 2018 and completed her after degree of Bachelor of Education, specializing in early childhood in 2020. Zoe is a positive, adaptable, and creative individual who loves building relationships with students, staff, and the larger school community. Zoe joined us this year in September and has jumped into both grade 1 and grade 4 roles at Mike Mountain Horse Elementary School. She loves to build connections wherever she goes and has been a part of the social committee at our school this year. She's involved in the theater community in Lethbridge, including at the university and the New West Theater, and loves to use her theater background wherever she can in the classroom. She's extremely grateful to be a part of the dynamic staff at Mike Mountain Horse this year, and we're grateful to have Zoe as a wonderful addition to that. And thank you for the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Angela Court. Angela graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a Bachelor of Management in 2008 and decided to return recently to receive her Bachelor of Education. Angela is a dynamic and flexible individual willing to jump into any opportunity that presents itself. She loves to try new challenges and recently took on the position of a grade 5 classroom teacher at our school, Mike Mountain Horse Elementary. She is very involved in the community, currently coaching LFC U12 and U11 12 girls competitive soccer. Even with the mask, she's always seen with a smile on her face and sharing a laugh. We're very lucky to have her at our school.
From Emmanuel Christian Secondary, Matthew Beckering.
Oh, I can go now? Oh, wait. Yeah, sure.
Tim Lowen recently graduated from the University of Lethbridge with a combined Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Science degrees. He has been lucky to spend his first complete year teaching at Emmanuel Christian Secondary School with his wonderful grade 7 homeroom and a truly friendly, devoted, and supportive school staff. During Tim's first year of teaching, he has gone through many transitions in his teaching style and hairstyle too. He found out the hard way that if you bet your junior highs about dyeing your hair, they usually win. A year of a pandemic is certainly an interesting year in which to begin your teaching career. A year which has included a combination of distance and face-to-face teaching. Tim offers resources, help, and coffee wherever he can. Tim's goal in teaching math and science is for students to be able to view and apply the principles learned in his classes to the outside world. And it helps students bring what they learn into other curriculum areas. He's even tried to bring music, social studies, and physical education into his math and science lessons and units. Tim hopes that this interesting, challenging, and thoroughly positive experience will be the first of many in his teaching career. Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you.
From Park Meadows Elementary, Mark Weigenstein.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the ATA for putting this on. I'm pleased to announce Constance Colley. Constance began her teaching career at the her teaching journey, I should say, at the U of L, where she first completed a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in English, followed by a Bachelor of Education degree. During her first year and a half of post-graduation, Constance braved substitute teaching in all the areas from K to 12, and last spring had the chance to teach at grade 5 at McGrath Elementary School. This year, Constance has had the unique opportunity of working at the Education Center as a paper package teacher. This job allowed her to provide at-home learners with an education that did not require technology. Recently, Constance has joined our team at Park Meadows School, teaching our newly created grade 4 class. She has taken on an enthusiastic class of grade 4 students who have already made her feel appreciated. Best known as the teacher with a class fish named Buster, Constance has settled in well within our school community. Welcome to the ATA and good luck on your journey in an amazing profession.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine Perot, and I have the honor of serving as Vice President for Local 41. An evening like tonight cannot come together without a team of people working behind the scenes tirelessly organizing and planning. A huge thank you goes out to our social committee members, JJ Andres, Jacqueline Dudas, John Dick, Genevieve Ahart, Caitlin Mitchell, Sydney Milligan, and Krista Oman. This team has planned, replanned, and replanned again in order to make this induction a reality. Their efforts are greatly appreciated. Thank you goes to Michelle Hood, who did the calligraphy on all of the certificates that the inductees are receiving this evening, to Prime Catering and Mary Unger Thomas for the amazing meals, and to Nicole Cowell for all her work behind the scenes. Nicole has taken care of communication, compiling inductee lists, making sure everybody's introductions and speeches were ready to go. We are truly grateful for all the work that she does to keep our local running. Thank you to our school reps for helping to communicate information about tonight to all our local members, and for keeping track of inductees and making sure no one was missed on our list. To President Jason Schilling for his words from Provincial ATA, and to our school administrators for being here this evening and taking time out of their busy schedules to introduce our newest members to us. And finally, I'd like to thank all of our inductees for taking part in this event and for being a part of Local 41. We are so excited to welcome you to the profession. I hope that this year is the beginning of a long and rewarding teaching career for all of you. Always remember that you're not in this alone. During these difficult times and during easier times, find a colleague in the profession that you can lean on, that you can plan with, that you can laugh with, that you can help. As an Irish Canadian who hasn't been able to celebrate St. Patrick's Day for 2 years now, I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite Irish proverbs. May your heart be light and happy. May your smile be big and wide. And may your pockets always have a coin or two inside. Thank you everyone for being a part of this event. And thank you for making a difference in children's lives every day. Take care.